Is Donald Trump about to start a global financial war? Could former President Donald Trump be on the verge of shaking up the global financial system? His latest warning to the BRICS nations has sent shockwaves through the international economic community. Trump has made it clear that the US dollar must remain the dominant global currency, and any country that dares to challenge it will face severe consequences. From 100% tariffs to potential economic sanctions, Trump's message is direct. Any attempt to undermine the dollar will not be tolerated. But how realistic is his threat? And how are BRICS nations responding? As tensions rise, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are pushing forward with economic policies that seek to reduce their reliance on the US dollar. This growing resistance raises critical questions about the future of global trade, the stability of the dollar, and whether the United States can stop this financial revolution before it gains irreversible momentum. Trump's message to BRICS: don't undermine the dollar. Donald Trump's stance on the US dollar has never been in question. From his first term as president to his latest public statements, he has remained adamant that the dollar must retain its status as the world's reserve currency. In a direct statement late last year, he left no room for doubt. There's no chance BRICS will replace the US dollar in international trade or anywhere else. He went even further, warning that any country attempting to challenge the dollar's dominance should be prepared for 100% tariffs and economic isolation from the United States. Earlier this year, Trump reaffirmed this position, taking to social media to emphasize that BRICS nations must commit to blocking any currency that could pose a threat to the dollar. His message was clear. BRICS countries trying to undermine the dollar will face heavy consequences, including being shut out of the vast US market. The message was received, but BRICS members aren't backing down. Instead, they are accelerating efforts to create financial systems that bypass the US dollar, a move that could have serious long-term implications for America's economic power. Brazil's leadership in reducing dollar dependency. Despite Trump's strong warnings, Brazil, which currently holds the BRICS presidency, is actively leading the charge in financial reforms aimed at reducing reliance on the US dollar. Brazil has been spearheading initiatives to make international payments more seamless and cost-effective through cutting-edge technology like blockchain-based transactions. The goal? To lower transaction costs, eliminate middlemen, and strengthen financial independence for BRICS nations. One of Brazil's key tools in this mission is Pix, a domestic payment system that has revolutionized transactions since its launch in 2020. By eliminating the need for traditional banking intermediaries, Pix has already begun replacing cash and credit card transactions, making payments faster, cheaper, and more efficient. Additionally, Brazil's local currency payment system, SML, allows direct settlements in Brazilian reais, bypassing the need for US dollars. It already operates with Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay, and Brazil is working to expand its reach across the region. Though SML transactions currently take up to 3 days to settle, integrating faster payment technology could make them instant, more secure, and cheaper, posing a potential challenge to the dollar's dominance in the region. The BRICS expansion and growing financial independence. As BRICS continues to expand, its financial independence is strengthening. The group recently welcomed new members, including Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. This expansion signals a major shift in global economic alliances, with BRICS countries working closely together to develop alternative financial networks. One of the biggest moves in this direction is the creation of BRICS Pay, a decentralized payment platform that enables cross-border transactions in local currencies. Launched in 2018 by the BRICS Business Council, BRICS Pay is designed to reduce dependence on Western financial systems like SWIFT. By leveraging national payment infrastructures, such as Russia's Mir network and India's UPI, BRICS Pay aims to streamline international transactions, making trade between BRICS nations more efficient and independent. With advanced blockchain technology, BRICS Pay also ensures that transactions are secure, transparent, and resistant to manipulation. By cutting out financial intermediaries, the system enables real-time, low-cost settlements, strengthening the economic sovereignty of BRICS members. Trump's threat of sanctions and tariffs may slow this progress, but it is unlikely to stop it. BRICS countries are already deeply invested in alternative financial mechanisms, and their push for greater autonomy is gaining stronger support from emerging economies worldwide. The history of dollar dominance and the risks of losing it. The US dollar didn't become the world's dominant currency by accident. After World War II, in 1944, global leaders gathered at the Bretton Woods Conference to establish a new international monetary system, one that placed the US dollar at the center of global trade. This system cemented America's economic dominance for decades. However, by the late 1960s, cracks in the system began to appear. In 1971, President Richard Nixon officially ended the dollar's convertibility into gold, effectively dismantling the Bretton Woods system and ushering in an era of floating exchange rates. Despite this shift, the dollar's dominance continued, thanks largely to the petrodollar system. By ensuring that global oil sales were priced exclusively in US dollars, America guaranteed demand for its currency, regardless of economic conditions. But Trump's latest warning to BRICS nations suggests that U.S. policymakers are now deeply concerned about a potential shift away from the dollar. If BRICS nations successfully establish a functioning alternative financial system, the U.S. could face major economic challenges, including reduced demand for U.S. Treasury bonds, making it harder for the U.S. to finance its debt, higher borrowing costs as global markets diversify away from the dollar, loss of geopolitical influence as more countries become financially independent from the United States. A rapid global shift away from the dollar would reshape international trade, weaken America's economic leverage, and threaten the stability of the global monetary order. Are BRICS nations on the verge of a major breakthrough? While BRICS nations still face many hurdles before they can truly challenge the US dollar, their momentum is undeniable. The introduction of new financial networks, digital payment platforms, and local currency settlements is gradually reducing their dependence on the dollar. Beyond digital payments, BRICS members are also stockpiling gold to strengthen their financial independence. As of mid-2024, the group collectively holds 6,200 tons of gold, accounting for 21.4% of global reserves. Russia leads with 2,240 tons. China follows closely with 2,260 tons. Brazil has tripled its gold reserves since 2018. This growing gold accumulation strategy is part of a larger plan to insulate BRICS nations from currency volatility and external financial pressures. If successful, it could provide an alternative to the dollar-backed global economy. Final thoughts. Can Trump stop the BRICS financial shift? Donald Trump's warning to BRICS nations marks a pivotal moment in global financial history. While the U.S. remains the dominant economic power, the BRICS alliance is steadily advancing toward greater independence. If their alternative payment systems, gold-backed reserves, and local currency agreements continue to develop, Trump's threats of tariffs and sanctions may not be enough to stop them. The real question is, will BRICS succeed in reshaping the financial world, or will the US dollar continue to reign supreme? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.